Legend of the Five Rings, The Children of Sun and Moon Part 1, AI Cut, 27th day of the month of Togashi, 1118. In a private garden of the esteemed palaces of the crane Doji Hotaru was no actress, but she was the one dissembling now. Since the beginning of time, Lord Moon has chased Lady Sun about the world, said Lady Kachiko as she swept her fan in an arc overhead. One day, he caught her, and as her light faded, the curtain fell on the age of the ancient races. Kachiko closed her fan slowly in a false eclipse. Over the course of countless seasons, Lady Sun gave birth to 9 children: Hida, Doji, Togashi, Akodo, Shiba, Bayushi, Fuleng, and Hante. Hotaru kept her face still and hands politely folded over her lap at the mention of the 9th kami, the founder of the imperial house. Whatever it was the Scorpion clan was plotting concerning the emperor, it would surely not benefit her clan, the Crane. Lord Moon knew that any children whose veins carried both elements of sun and moon would grow to be greater than he, and so, despite the protests of Lady Sun, he swallowed the children, one by one. You do not deserve to wield Shukujo. The clan cannot afford a weak champion. You must prove yourself a worthy heir first. Though Lord Satsume may have been far away from Doji Palace, her father's voice filled her head as if he stood by Hotaru's side. I will prove myself, father. Discerning the nature of the Scorpion's scheme from Kachiko, one of the most infamous manipulators of the Scorpion clan, would be nigh impossible. But Hotaru had no other choice but to try, even if it meant betraying Kachiko's trust. Shall I continue? Came the Scorpion's velvet voice. From her seat on the veranda, Hotaru locked eyes with Kachiko through the delicate black silk of her mask. The woman's robes were a midnight crimson shadow cast against the whiteness of the gravel courtyard garden. The frost-tipped pines swayed softly in the wintry breeze, and the gray clouds overhead threatened snow. I am sorry that my performance is so lackluster that your attention should drift, Kachiko pouted. On the contrary, Hotaru wanted to say, you are performing too well, sending my thoughts spiraling away from myself. Is it on purpose? Am I just another fool for her to play off of? No, I'm the one who's going to use her now. Not at all, Hotaru inclined her head in respect. Your narration is flawless. There are few actors who would even attempt to recite The Children of Sun and Moon, but the entire court is looking forward to your performance of it in the coming weeks. Kachiko put on a show of demurring. I am sure that is not true. It is for that very reason that I thought you might be able to give me your opinion, O poet of the crane. It was a flimsy excuse for them to meet in private, and they both knew it. But it was only away from the eyes and ears of the court that they could forsake appearances and pretend they were not bitter enemies for a time. Please continue, Hotaru offered. Tell me of how Lady Sun poisoned her husband with sake to secret away her youngest from the fate of his siblings. She grinned. Poison is so strong a word, Kachiko protested. So you say? Hotaru looked mock-askance at Kachiko. Their levity belied Kachiko's near-fatal brushes with poison. By luck, or was it fate, Hotaru had intercepted and dispatched one would-be assassin before it was too late.